Netflix have this week announced a new animated feature based on the Rabbids Invasion French TV show from a few years back. Rabbids Invasion special Mission to Mars will serve as a follow-up to the original series, and fans are going nuts with the news. Stay with us as today we're discussing everything we know, plus any other little tidbits about the popular streaming platform. First up, what was the original show all about? So the original French show, which was also an animation, was based on Ubisoft's super successful Rabbids video game. The Rabbids are rabbit-like creatures who love nothing better than to cause much destruction in the human world as possible. They are indestructible and are pretty flagrant when it comes to obeying the laws of the land, preferring to flout their rules brought before them and just have a good time. Not the worst of ideas, to be fair. In the latest season, the Rabbids acquire a new goal: to get to the promised land of Pretzel Island, which they have seen on the back of a cereal box. It's this goal which inspires them to say goodbye to life in the junkyard and head for pastures anew. They acquire some new technology, a flying submarine which gives them the possibility to go anywhere they want, whilst also allowing them to disguise themselves using the Disguisarium. They'll need help if they want to get to their promised land, and it comes in the form of Zach and Zoe, who are determined to help them at all costs. Hot on their tail is also Otto Torx, a new villain for the Rabbids to deal with. The show is lighthearted, fun adventure. It shows the Rabbids making new friends and enemies wherever they go. So what's up with the Netflix show? Stay tuned to find out. So as we mentioned, Ubisoft have just announced that they will be dropping Rabbids Invasion special Mission to Mars in February on Netflix's streaming service, and fans are obviously delighted. The film will play out over roughly 1 hour, and we'll see our favorite group heading off to Mars to save the day. As you can imagine, if you've seen any of the TV shows, it doesn't go as planned. Far from it. The announcement also came with a synopsis of what we can expect when it drops on February 18, which reads, "When Nebulous Industries announces they are recruiting Rabbids for a mission to Mars, Birdie doesn't think twice. As a genius rabbit misunderstood by his stupid peers, he's always dreamed of going to the Red Planet. After successfully passing the test, he takes off with 3 other Rabbids: Disco, a lively queen of the dance floor; Cosmo, the pilot with self-confidence issues; and Minnie, the adorable tiny rabbit who hates being mistaken for a kid. But as this unlikely team leaves the Earth for Mars, nothing goes as planned. The guys will have to learn how to work together in order to save themselves and their friends, and there will be plenty of lessons to come from this one. Are you looking forward to Rabbids Invasion special Mission to Mars dropping next month? Let us know below. And is there a trailer? Sure is. As we know, our rabbit friends have enjoyed a meteoric rise since first appearing in the Rayman franchise back in the mid-2000s, and have even appeared in their own set of games, as well as the TV show we spoke of earlier. So the next, most natural progression was obviously for a movie. The fact that these little guys who love no more than to cause chaos and talk gibberish have been so successful is pretty crazy, but we've seen it before. If you think about the role of the minions from Despicable Me, it's a pretty familiar success story. Parents will also be delighted, as it'll keep the kids quiet for at least an hour so they can take a break from the craziness for a short while. Trailer starts with a TV report explaining that someone needs to go to Mars to minimize danger to human life, before going on to reveal they are sending Rabbids. However, we see a varied response from the Rabbids, and we're not actually sure if they're happy about their mission. They've been chosen for their indestructibility, and it soon turns out they might not be as stupid as they look. They then head off, but all doesn't go to plan, so you'll have to tune in to see what happens. We do know, however, that as much havoc as they're wreaking, this time it's actually for a good cause. So what do we know about the Ubisoft movie? A part live action, part animated movie has been talked about for a long time now, since 2014 in fact, but there's still no word on when it'll be released. We do know, however, that it will be a joint project from Sony and Columbia. It was supposed to have been released back in 2016, but for whatever reason, it saw continual delays until in 2019, Ubisoft got on board, together with Lionsgate, to take the reins and produce the movie. According to sources, Todd Strauss-Schulson will be directing the movie, and producing are David Hopperman and Todd Lieberman, as well as Margaret Boykin and Jason Altman. We don't have any idea about the cast yet, and we can only hope the recent Netflix announcement won't delay the live-action movie any longer than it's already been delayed. Finally, some good news after a rocky week for Netflix. Stay tuned to find out more. As has been reported this week, Netflix has seen a slump in viewing figures and new subscribers of late, as the world tries to get get back to some sort of normality. But after updating their weekly viewership stats, one show in particular has done pretty well. Archive 81, which is actually based on a podcast of the same name, launched in mid-January and has seen a ton of success so far. It quickly took its place on top of the daily top 10 list, was also the number 7 ranked show on the streaming service in just its first week, which is great news after a rough start of the year for the streaming giant. And it only got better from there. In its second week, it jumped to number 2 in the rankings, having streamed 70.98 million. Yes, million hours, which absolutely obliterated its previous week, which saw just 22 million. And just in case you were wondering, these viewing numbers are not exactly normal. When putting it into perspective, we can use the hit show Cobra Kai as an example, which dropped by 11% from its first week to second, but was still viewed as a success. The show follows a videotape archiver who's employed to restore some old videos. In doing so, he's drawn into one investigative documentary surrounding a dangerous cult in the Visser apartment building. Be sure to check this one out when you get a moment. A little controversy surrounding one of their most recent films now, Perfect Strangers, a hit Italian movie which was recently adapted into an Arabic version, has sparked controversy throughout the Arab and world this past week due to its use of gay character. Western Asia has long since held the now archaic views that there is something wrong with homosexuality. The rest of the world knows quite well that there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. The streaming giant has been forced to respond this week as they have a large presence in the region. The topic has been trending in recent weeks, and some fans in the area are not happy at the portrayal of a gay character. The Middle East is home to around 250 million people, so maybe they just beat the odds and there is in fact no gay people. Maybe they need to step into the 21st century. Netflix said, Perfect Strangers is a fictional story that explores universal themes without taking a moral stand, instead inviting the audience to have an open dialogue and debate. The film tackles tough subjects through humanity and humor, led by a talented Arab cast focused on creative excellence. So well done for sitting on the fence there, Netflix. Hardly surprising that they have chosen profits over taking a stand over something that's clearly wrong, though. What do you make of the Perfect Strangers controversy? And finally, news of a price hike. Stay tuned. Following the news that Netflix share price has taken a pretty decent size hit recently, it's hardly surprising the company is passing that hit onto their customers. Plans in Canada and the United States will increase by around $1 to $2 depending on whichever plan you're signed up to. Trying to justify the decision, which is obviously to appease shareholders, the company said, "We understand people have more entertainment choices than ever, and we're committed to delivering an even better experience for our members. We're updating our prices so that we can continue to offer a wide variety of quality entertainment options. As always, we offer a range of plans so members can pick a price that works for their budget." Will you be keeping your Netflix subscription after this news or changing to another service? Let us know below. As always, thanks for tuning in today, and remember to stop by next time for some more fun reveals. Also, why not do us a favor and share this video with any Rabbids fans you know of. Bye, guys.